All right, we're back. And if you're still with us, then you're definitely serious about improving your conversation skills. Mason, I feel like we've covered some solid foundations so far: mindset, fear, and just saying hi without overthinking it.
Totally. But now it's time to get practical. I mean, real life examples. Let's say you're at a party or even just waiting in line at Starbucks. How do you actually begin a conversation?
Great setup. So here's one thing I always suggest: comment on your shared environment. You're both in the same space, right? That gives you something to start with. Like, this line is moving so slowly today, or I love the playlist they're playing here.
Yes, that's a classic move, and it feels so natural. You're not trying to be clever, just observant. People appreciate that. It's like the door opens a crack and you're just saying, hey, I'm here too.
Exactly. Another easy opener: ask for help or an opinion. Something as simple as, do you know if they make this coffee with almond milk? Or have you tried this drink before? That can spark a mini conversation and break the ice.
And here's the secret. Most people want to talk. They're just waiting for someone else to make the first move. So if you're the one who smiles and says something small, you're already ahead.
That's actually true. People aren't as cold as we assume. We're just all inside our heads thinking, what if I say the wrong thing? But honestly, there's no wrong thing when you're being friendly and respectful.
And let's be real, sometimes it will feel a little awkward. That's normal. The key is to not let that stop you. A little awkwardness is better than silence if you're trying to improve.
Totally agree. Also, I want to touch on a mistake I see a lot of learners make. They try too hard to sound perfect, like they're rehearsing every word in their mind before they speak.
Right. And then it ends up sounding robotic or stiff, like you're giving a speech, not having a chat.
Exactly. Real conversations are messy. You can say, or lose your thought mid-sentence. That's okay. Native speakers do that all the time.
In fact, here's a quick tip. Mirror how native speakers talk. Watch how casual they are. They say things like, hey, what's up? Or, so how's your day going? You don't need complex grammar to connect with someone.
Oh, absolutely. Simple is powerful. I mean, even asking, do you come here often, which sounds cliche, is still effective in the right setting, like a gym or a cafe.
It's funny you mention that because I used to think I needed deep topics to start a meaningful conversation. But honestly, a light opener is what gets things rolling. Depth comes later, not in the first sentence.
That's the truth. Conversations are like walking into the shallow end of a pool. You don't dive in, you ease in. First it's the weather, then it's what do you do, and then maybe it's life goals and philosophy.
Yeah, and here's another practical strategy. Use open-ended questions. Instead of, did you have a good weekend? Try, what did you do this weekend? That invites a longer answer, more space to connect.
Yes, open-ended questions are gold. They show interest and they give the other person freedom to express themselves. That's how you build rapport.
Let's try something fun. I'll throw out some scenarios, and you give me one possible conversation starter.
Okay, love it. Let's go.
You're at a bookstore, browsing in the same aisle as someone else.
Hey, have you read this author before? I keep seeing their books everywhere.
Nice. How about you're waiting for a train and someone's sitting near you?
Do you know if this train's usually on time? First time I'm taking it.
Cool. One more. You're in a gym and someone's using a machine you're waiting for.
Hey, no rush at all. Just wondering if you're almost done with that.
Smooth. See, that's the thing. Once you practice a few of these, it becomes easier. You're building muscle memory for your brain.
That's why I always say practice in low-stakes situations. Talk to the cashier, chat with the delivery person, say hi to a neighbor. Those little interactions add up fast.
And I know someone listening is probably thinking, what if they ignore me? Or what if I mess up? And to that, I say, so what?
Right? You won't die from a failed conversation. You'll survive, and you'll get better. That's how growth works.
Honestly, Every good speaker was once a bad one. It's just practice and patience. You're not supposed to be amazing on day one.
I remember when I started trying to talk to strangers in English, I used to write down a few go-to phrases and practice them in front of a mirror. That helped with my confidence a lot.
That's a great hack. You don't need to memorize whole dialogues, but having 3 to 5 go-to openers in your back pocket, super useful.
For sure. Okay, Mason, before we start wrapping up, let's give our listeners a little challenge.
Love that. Go ahead.
All right, if you're listening to this, your mission is to start one new conversation this week. Just one, doesn't matter where, grocery store, elevator, gym, but do it and notice how you feel afterward.
I love that because once you prove to yourself that it's possible, the fear loses its power. You start seeing yourself as someone who can talk to anyone.
That's the goal. Not perfect English, not impressive grammar, just connection. And that starts with one simple line. Hi.
Couldn't have said it better. All right, everyone, that's a wrap for today's episode. If this helped you out, don't forget to like, share, and drop a comment. We want to hear about your conversation wins.
Yes, tell us how it went. We're cheering for you. And remember, you've got this. Talk soon.